All right, guys, it's Saturday morning. I'm still nutting Z-Chrome, of course. It's kind of been a long road. It takes me forever in just one little area because every time you sand an area, you find another little spot, And it's hard for me on this part that I didn't want to do the top edge. It's hard for me to find a stopping point. But a lot of the areas that I worked on, I really wanted those to be done. But, I had the welds here in these corners where I put this plate in. So I had to go in and use my rotary bit on the die grinder and go in there and bevel that out a little bit and then put filler on it. And then I found another little low spot back in there. I had to put more on. These are a little ripply up in here and along the back, so I put filler on and blocked it, and it still needed more, so I just put some more on it. But this is going to block out really nice. That's going to end up being pretty sweet. There were some part numbers in the spring hanger back here. The other one had some up here on the other side, and I filled those. This back here has been a pain in my butt. These are really, really rough up in here on the tops, and these, they're really... I wasn't really sure if they're going to be seen or not because these do come down at an angle. So I didn't know if they might be visible, so I went ahead and put some filler on there. I still got to do a bunch of sanding, but anyway, it's going to be slick. It's going to be very, very, very slick, but I'm taking a lot of time up here at the front. I want this really, really, really nice. I'd made this cross member out of just scrap steel stuff, and I went through and bevel ground everything, and then I just put more filler on, and so I gotta get that all sanded down using a combination of blocks, obviously. But there's I got like a piece of this is transmission coolant line steel. It's not a used piece, it's a new piece, but I got that on there, and then I got a piece of brass. It's a little bit bigger. It's about the size of a 1/2 inch, I would say, but that works pretty good. And then I got this actually came out of a box that body panels come in, and it had those round corners on it already, and this is about a medium density block. This is really, really nice. And I did make a new one. Since they call this a taco pad, I'm going to call my block I made a coffin pad. It almost looks like a coffin. I had to make it to do this little area here on my motor mounts I made. But this also come out of like a body panel deal. But just whatever I can use, I'm gonna use. If I have to modify something, I'm damn sure gonna do it. Rear end's pretty much ready. Other than I need to blast my cast area of the pumpkin. I was having trouble trying to get that thing to blast the other day, and after I brought my blaster back in, I noticed that hose right there. It is it's pretty much just about touching. It's just a little bit open, and it's kind of stuck that way, so I guess I'm gonna have to put a new hose on that. But I just couldn't get the damn thing to blast. It was getting irritating, and anyway, so that's probably the issue. So I'll have to fix that and then haul that back out there and blast that again. What else? Oh, my stainless steel custom U-bolts that I ordered there a couple weeks back from a stainless steel company. The lady called me. I believe it was Wednesday. It was about midday. I was out here rocking and rolling, and it ruined my whole day because she was very, very rude on the phone. She said she was the owner of the company, and she wanted to know why that I didn't order the tall nuts for my U-bolts. And I told her it's because I have 12-point ARPs, and she said, no, those will not work. You have to have high strength, blah, 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 grade stainless tall nuts. And it said it was a liability, and I told her that the lady I talked to on the phone when I ordered them, she went back and talked to a tech, and the tech didn't see an issue with using them nuts. And she goes, I don't care. And I said, well, I'll tell you what, even if I order the tall nuts from you, I'm still not going to use them. I'm going to use my 12-point ARPs. And she said, well, then I'm not going to sell you the U-bolts. And that's the exact tone she used. So I told her, you have a nice day, ma'am, and I hung up the phone on her. That pissed me off. It ruined my whole day. I don't talk rude to women, so I wanted to, because I mean, I could tell when she was on the phone, when she first started talking to me, you could tell she was having a bad day. I don't understand it. If those are a liability, then the fucking nuts should come with the U-bolts. Instead of you having to pay extra for nuts, pay extra for the thick washers and pay for the U-bolts. Pretty nice little scam thing they got going on there, but I brought one of my used tall nuts out here that was for my, these are for a 2-inch lowering kit. I brought the nut out and I brought one of them 12-point ARPs, and it is barely shorter, because the ARP 12-point nuts are actually thicker than what you think they are, especially that big. I can't remember if that's 1/2 inch or whatever, but I mean, it was really, really not that much difference. Maybe an eighth inch taller on the tall nut. But I didn't price the tall nuts from her, because I'm assuming they're probably anywhere from $8 to $10 a piece, and you need 8 of them. So, you know, I'm on a budget. I'm not a rich guy, so I'm already I don't remember what it was, $130 or something like that for the U-bolts, and then whatever the washers are a piece, and then that again, it'd put me over my budget anyway. So anyway, I'll never order anything from that company again, and I'm going to tell all the car guys I know not to mess with that company. That, you know, to talk to a customer on the phone that rudely that's pretty shitty business in my opinion. And I'm just a small fish to them, you know. I know they've got bigger companies and more famous people doing stuff, so it's fine with me. I'll just clean and paint my old ones. So anyway, guys, I guess I'm going to get back on this, see how far I can get today. But I don't know if I can get it in Z-Chrome today, but I'm sure going to try.